At the beginning of the film, we meet Savant. He sits in prison, yet he possesses elite combat abilities. He is promised a decade off his sentence if he agrees to join the Suicide Squad on a secret government operation. Savant accepts the offer. To ensure his obedience, a bomb is implanted in his head. If he disobeys, it will be detonated. Savant feels proud to be part of the infamous Suicide Squad. The team is led by Colonel Rick Flag. Then there is Boomer, a boomerang specialist. Mongal the alien. Weasel, a humanoid weasel. Blackguard, Javelin, TDK, and the fan favorite, Harley Quinn. They are deployed on a secret mission in a place called Corto Maltese. While on the plane, they begin getting to know each other. It is revealed that Weasel is literally a humanoid weasel, and he once killed 27 children. The squad consists of people with extraordinary abilities, but all of them are equally unstable. They eventually reach the shoreline and are dropped from the aircraft. It turns out no one checked whether Weasel could swim. The answer is no. Savant tries to save him and pulls him toward the shore. The rest of the squad moves forward quietly, preparing for a stealth attack. But suddenly, Blackguard stands up and calls out to the enemy. He betrays the team by revealing their mission. However, Blackguard is immediately killed by the forces he reported to. Boomer leaps into action with his boomerang skills. TDK joins in, using his ability to detach his limbs, but it is not enough. He runs out of time to finish off the enemy with his detached attacks. Mongal, the alien, jumps onto a helicopter and drags it down. The crash kills Boomer and sets Mongal on fire. She dies as well. Javelin and TDK are also shot and killed. Seeing the bloody chaos, Savant panics and tries to flee. Waller, the woman who sent them on this mission, attempts to contact him and orders him to return. But Savant keeps running. Waller is forced to detonate the bomb in his head. Savant is blown to pieces. It turns out Waller already prepared a backup plan. She sent a second team to attack from another direction. This second squad manages to infiltrate the island undetected. The leader of the second team is Bloodsport. Bloodsport is a world-class marksman trained by his father from childhood to become an assassin. At first, he refuses Waller's offer to join, but Waller knows how to pressure him. She brings in Bloodsport's daughter, Tyla. Tyla was arrested for stealing a smartwatch. Bloodsport becomes angry, not only because she stole, but because she did it recklessly and for a cheap item. He says she should have stolen something more valuable and done it properly. Tyla fires back, upset that her father does not care about her. She now faces possible jail time. Waller makes an offer. If Bloodsport joins the Suicide Squad, she will erase all charges against Tyla. Bloodsport is furious, but eventually he agrees. He has no other choice. Waller then introduces the rest of the team. First, a man named Smith, known as Peacemaker. He has similar skills to Bloodsport and is also trained in firearms from childhood. Next is King Shark, real name Nano. He can speak like a human and even enjoys reading. Then there is Cleo, a woman who can control rats. And finally Abner, known as Polka Dot Man. Waller explains their secret mission. There is a small country called Corto Maltese in South America. For the last 100 years, the region was ruled by the Herrera family. But now Silvio Luna and his right-hand man, General Mateo Suarez, have staged a coup and wiped out the entire Herrera bloodline. Luna is conducting a dangerous scientific experiment inside a facility called Jotunheim. The experiment is known as Project Starfish. In this project, Luna uses an extraterrestrial creature as a weapon, something that poses a major threat to global security. Bloodsport and his team are tasked with destroying the entire Jotunheim facility and erasing all evidence of Project Starfish. But to gain access, they need the help of a geneticist known as the Thinker. Bloodsport and his squad land on the beach and begin moving toward Jotunheim. Meanwhile, only 2 members of the first squad have survived, Colonel Rick Flag and Harley Quinn. Harley finds Javelin dying. With his final breath, he hands his javelin to Harley and tells her to take care of it. Shortly after, Harley and Flag are captured by different groups. That night, Bloodsport and his team set up camp in the jungle. Abner, also known as Polka Dot Man, suddenly breaks out in glowing polka dot-shaped rashes that erupt from his body. He must release them quickly before they explode. At the same time, King Shark becomes extremely hungry and sneaks toward Cleo as she sleeps, planning to eat her. Seeing this, Bloodsport shoots King Shark, but his body is so tough that the bullets have no effect. Cleo wakes up and summons her army of rats to attack King Shark. Ironically, Bloodsport is the one who panics the most, because he has a severe phobia of rats. Waller locates Colonel Flag and discovers he is being held hostage. She contacts Bloodsport and orders him to rescue Flag. Bloodsport and his squad launch a surprise attack on a military camp. The battle shows how skilled and lethal Bloodsport and Peacemaker truly are. Then comes a twist. Bloodsport finds Flag casually drinking tea with a woman named Sol Soria. Sol turns out to be the leader of the resistance movement. This means Bloodsport and his team have just slaughtered freedom fighters. Sol is furious at their actions, but she is willing to work with them to take revenge on Luna, who massacred her entire family. Thinker is a scientist who has studied Project Starfish for 30 years. Luna forbids Mateo from killing him because Thinker is the only person who understands the project and the only one capable of controlling the alien. Starfish is an alien creature shaped like a giant starfish. It is extremely dangerous and nearly impossible to control. While Flag is held by the rebels, Harley is held by Luna's forces. She is brought before President Luna, who turns out to be a huge admirer of Harley Quinn. He idolizes Harley for rebelling against America and becoming a symbol of anti-American resistance in Corto Maltese. Luna even proposes to Harley. Surprisingly, Harley seems thrilled. After sleeping together, Luna begins explaining the history of Jotunheim. The building, he says, is a relic from the Nazi era. The Germans used it to conduct experiments on the starfish creature in Corto Maltese without alerting their enemies, dating back to World War I. The Herrera family maintained power by exploiting the alien. They would throw anyone who opposed them into Jotunheim to be eaten by the starfish monster inside. But after revealing everything, Harley immediately shoots him. She says she has learned to recognize warning signs and leave dangerous men before it is too late. Luna's guards storm into the room to capture her. With Luna dead, Suarez declares himself the new president. He even burns Luna's beloved bird cage in celebration. After capturing Harley, Suarez realizes that the United States must have sent operatives to kill him. He becomes determined to capture the leader of the Suicide Squad. Abner, or Polka Dot Man, then explains how his body became covered in glowing polka dots. It all came from his mother's obsession. She was a scientist who wanted to turn her children into superheroes. She injected Abner with an interdimensional virus, which caused the polka dots to manifest. Since then, Abner has deeply hated his mother. He even sees her face in everyone he looks at. Milton is an ally of Sol Soria. His job is to smuggle the Suicide Squad into the city by disguising them to avoid suspicion. During the trip, Cleo shares why she loves rats. Her father was a poor scientist in Portugal who created a device to summon rats. Since they were homeless, Cleo used the rats to warm her body and survive the cold. When her father died, Cleo moved to America but ended up in prison for theft. Her story reminds Bloodsport of his daughter. Bloodsport fears rats because when he was a child, his abusive father once locked him in a crate filled with rats. Bloodsport and his team arrive at a nightclub where Thinker often goes. Sure enough, Thinker appears. Bloodsport points a gun at him, but suddenly armed soldiers raid the club to search for American agents. Quickly, Bloodsport orders Cleo and Polka Dot Man to escape with Thinker while he and the others draw attention by pretending to surrender. On the way out, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Rick Flag ambush and kill the soldiers who captured them, including the driver. The truck loses control and falls into a ravine. They survive. Meanwhile, Harley is tortured by General Mateo Suarez's men, who want to know how many Suicide Squad members the United States sent. Harley refuses to speak. When she is left alone with one soldier, she uses her agility to choke him with her legs and escape. She gets out with ease. As she is about to call a taxi, she sees her teammates arriving to rescue her. Moved by their effort, Harley runs and hugs Flag. Bloodsport and his team force Thinker to cooperate so they can infiltrate Jotunheim. They lock the building and plant explosives. Their mission is to destroy all traces of Project Starfish. What they find inside the lab is horrifying. They see humans used as hosts for aliens. Citizens who opposed the regime were jailed, used as test subjects, and fed to a giant starfish. Thinker then reveals the truth. Project Starfish is a United States project. Because the country refused to use its own citizens as victims, it worked with the small nation of Corto Maltese. The pro-American government had already been overthrown by Luna and Suarez, who are anti-American. Flag collects the research data and stores it on a drive. He wants to expose everything to the public. Peacemaker refuses. He does not want the world to know that the United States is behind the project. If exposed, other nations could retaliate. Peacemaker points a gun at Flag. Before he can act, the explosives on the walls go off and the building starts to collapse. The blast opens the chamber holding the giant alien. The creature escapes, grabs Thinker, and kills him. Inside, Peacemaker and Flag fight for the drive. Peacemaker stabs Flag in the heart and kills him. Cleo sees the entire scene. The drive lands near her. She picks it up and tries to run, but Peacemaker chases her and prepares to shoot. The film jumps back 8 minutes before the explosion. Nano, or King Shark, enters a room filled with a large aquarium. He sees small colorful fish. Meanwhile, Harley, Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, and Milton enter another room and are ambushed. Milton dies. Polka Dot Man fires explosive polka dots at the wall where the bombs were placed. A large blast brings the building down. The small cute fish turn into vicious alien creatures. They attack King Shark and drag him out of the building. He falls and is shot by soldiers, but his skin is bulletproof. He survives and kills the soldiers. The building splits into 2 sections. Harley, Polka Dot Man, and Bloodsport jump to the other side. The upper section collapses and falls on Nano and the soldiers. Harley and Polka Dot Man reach safety. Bloodsport slips, hangs from a rope, and then falls. He lands right in front of Peacemaker, who is about to shoot Cleo. Bloodsport fires and kills Peacemaker. Nano survives under the rubble. Soon after, the giant starfish called Starro the Conqueror bursts out of the destroyed building. The creature attacks by releasing thousands of small starfish. They attach to people's faces and take control of their minds. Suarez dies. Sol Soria and the rebels use the chaos to reclaim power. People controlled by the small starfish rise and become Starro's army. In the control room, Waller orders the team to evacuate because the mission is complete. The team refuses and chooses to save the citizens of Corto Maltese. Waller becomes furious and prepares to detonate the bombs in their heads. Her staff knocks her out before she can press the button. Bloodsport leads the attack on Starro. He orders Nano to strike. Nano bites the creature. Bloodsport tells Abner to imagine the monster as his mother. Abner attacks, but Starro stomps on him and kills him. The situation grows worse. The squad is surrounded. Cleo summons millions of rats to fight back. Harley jumps with a javelin given to her by Javelin. She pierces Starro's eye. Thousands of rats enter through the wound and destroy the creature from inside. From afar, Tyla watches her father. She feels proud. Bloodsport threatens Waller. If they are killed, he will leak the drive to the media. He also demands that Tyla's charges be cleared. Waller agrees. The United States covers up the project. Bloodsport, Harley, Nano, and Cleo survive. Bloodsport overcomes his fear of rats. At the end, Weasel, who was believed dead, is shown to still be alive, and with that the story ends here. The story shows that people with dark pasts can still choose to do the right thing when given a chance. The film highlights how trust and teamwork can grow even among those who are broken or rejected. It also reminds you that courage often appears when protecting others, not when serving yourself.